Hi guys, welcome back to another fun little learning tutorial here. I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about the different types of yarn that's out there. I don't know if you guys know this or not, just thought I would share it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through some these different types of yarns, the sizes, and types that they are. So the first one is, it's a bulky one. And then there's worsted, there's sport, there's baby, and then there's also the sizes in those. So there's a size 5, a 10, a 20, and a 30 in these yarns. So I know a lot of times I like to take my worsted yarns and I will make just so many different types of things. So yarn and thread, they're classified by a weight. So, we have our bulky, worsted, and the sport and baby. So of course we know the baby is the soft, and then the sport and worsted, weight, and bulky all do kind of different types of things. So the yarn and thread, they're classified by weight, which is determined by the thickness of the strand. Yarn consists of individual plies that are twisted together. So just a fun little kind of thing there. Thread sizes, they range from a thick size 5 to a thin, delicate size. The higher the size and number, the thinner the thread is going to be. The most popular thread size to be bedspread weight cotton size is 10, I would say. So I actually got some pictures here that I could kind of show you a figure of the bulky, worsted, and sport. And that kind of will determine on what you want your projects to be. So if you're looking for something that's going to be for a baby, you're definitely going to want to just look for something that says baby soft. And make sure you fill it, because a lot of our worsted weight yarn, they have a plastic material kind of made in with them. So they tend to be on the scratchy side a little bit, but I have found working with those worsted weights, you can actually wash them and maybe put some fabric softener in there, and they just turn out really soft, very nice. So don't go, gosh, I can't make anything without, using this really expensive yarn here. But always remember, if you want something really, really soft, go grab it for yourself, If you're starting out just learning, I would say just go ahead and grab something that's cheapest to you, or use what you have at the house or what has been given to you if you're just getting started. So, again, the thread sizes, they range from a thick size 5 to a thin, delicate size. The thinner the thread, the most popular thread size is bedspread weight cotton size 10. And in this figure 1, it shows the actual size of the most commonly used yarn weights. And then in this figure 2, it shows the actual size of the most commonly used cotton crochet threads. They can be used as a reference to check the weight of your yarn and thread. So you can always kind of look at this chart if you want, somehow maybe write it down. I'll actually take a picture of this and share it on our A&E page. And then you can just kind of have it setting on the side. So that's a fun little thing right there. And then I wanted to talk to you guys also about the abbreviations in a pattern. So the abbreviations most frequently used are listed in those patterns when you get them. Always refer to the list including in each area. So like when you're working with a pattern, such as this one that we're going to be doing here, they give you the abbreviations. So you know, a lot of times you can actually find these patterns. I found a lot of these. Hobby Lobby and Joann's, when they were giving out these free patterns everywhere nowadays. So this is just my stash that I've been sharing. And these patterns, though, they have those abbreviations. So in this type of pattern, some of the patterns are diagram like kind of things. I have yet to learn that. If you're one that knows those, I would be so happy if you could kind of do a tutorial and teach us. The back post double crochet is exactly how it sounds. Back post double crochet. So it's the BP DC. Back post double crochet. And then CH, abbreviation, is chains. Chains. They'll tell you, they'll give you an indication of numbers next to it. Chain 4, chain 10, example. And then we have our double crochet equals DC. So DC equals double crochet. So it's pretty simple. It's true to its words, how it sounds. Double crochet, double, triple crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, treble crochet, triple treble crochet, and yarn over is YO, yarn over. So I mean, that's pretty given with that, and that's how you read that. So, and then anytime that you have a star, that's work the instructions following as many more times as indicated in addition to the first time. So I hope that made sense. So the star in the beginning of it, if it tells you, you're going to like repeat that, and it'll give you a number how many times you're going to repeat that all the way across. So star, star, where the star starts, and when the star ends is where you end the repeating of that. So try to keep that in mind when you see those little stars. Always maybe look at your pattern first before you get going. Look at your abbreviations and look to see if you find those little stars, because as you're going and you're going, oh my gosh, I'm getting this. My project's working beautiful. It's coming together. I really am liking it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't understand what's happening. This pattern is not turning out. And just take the time to actually go through and read the pattern and the abbreviations and check out, you know, for all the little marks in there and stuff like that. So, and then you've got these little colons on each side. I hope that's the right wording. You've got these little marks on each side. It's worked enclosed instructions as many times as worked all enclosed instructions in the stitch or space indicated or contains explanatory remarks. So that's a mouthful. That just means, so for an example, in the Prairie Star here, I'm just going to use this for an example so that I can explain it a little bit. So round 2, chain 5, double crochet in the single crochet, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 3 double crochet, chain 4, 3 double crochet, all in chain 3 space. You will do 3 double crochet, and then you're gonna chain 4, and then you're gonna 3 double crochet in that chain 3 space. So I'm going to give an example of that really quick. So I have this made up here, and you'll notice I have made a nice little space where it has a chain that I've actually made. So let's take this out so you guys can see that. So I have this chain here. This would be considered your chain 3 space, okay? So they're saying where at the beginning and at the end, and they're telling us 3 double crochet, chain 4, 3 double crochet, all in the chain 3 space. Does that make sense? So we're going to do all of that in here in this chain 3 space. So let's do that. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. So I've done that. 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 double crochet again. 1, 1, 2, so there's 2. And there's 3. Okay, so you can see I've done that all in that chain 3 space. And that's what those little, what did they call them? You work that many times in that one space that they're telling you to work. At the beginning of that paragraph and at the end of the paragraph. And then that's where you stop. And they're saying, so you work those stitches in that same space. And you do it that many times. So, and that's where it gets kind of tricky. You have to watch it because it could say, it could have that star. So the star means the indication of how many times you're going to do it in that space. So you got to really read, I would say really read your instructions first. And look at the abbreviations, look for what size of hook that you're going to need and what they recommend for your yarn. And it'll all be in those patterns. They say that this pattern is more for like experienced people, but if you can get down your stitches of, so what was it, the double crochet, half double crochet, and a single crochet. There's only 3 stitches in this pattern. That's it. And that is it. And I really feel like even a beginner can get that. So, and how that's going to determine if you're comfortable with that is how you feel when you're working with your hook and your yarn in your hand. And I'm going to refer back to this again. Don't get too hooked up on how other people are holding their hook. The more you play around with your yarn and your hook, your hand is going to naturally hold it however is most comfortable for you. And I will say this again, if you are a left-hander, go watch a video on left-hand crocheting, left-hand knitting. I cannot teach that. If you're a teacher of that, if you know how to do that, if that's how you guys knit and crochet, if you wouldn't mind sharing that video or maybe doing a tutorial on it or talk about it a little bit and explain it. It's I'm a person that kind of learns from watching, so the videos really help me out a lot. So, and your thread in your hand and learning how to get the tension in your yarn the way you want it to look, the more comfortable you're going to be with each pattern. And again, this pattern is not that hard. So I believe in you. I know you can do this. So if you want to save it for a later time, you can though. Anyways, it is, so in this, it gives you and tells you what all you're going to need. And so then it also tells us how to put our squares and stuff together. So I just wanted to touch bases on that a little bit with you guys and talk to you guys about the abbreviations and stuff in a pattern, in case you haven't before. So anyways, guys, thanks for joining in and have fun with what you're doing. We'll see you next time at the next video.